Hey guys, Matty Miller with ERA Real Estate. And we are going to talk about a topic that I think people may think they understand, but maybe not quite entirely understand. And it's a simple question, but how do real estate agents actually get paid? That's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to break it down for you and peel back the onion. So as we are going back out more and talking to people here and that, they always ask, "Hey, the real estate market's awesome. You got to be killing it right now. You're making tons of money and you're all loaded, right?" Well, that's not exactly the case. First off, the average Florida agent in 2019, so it'll be a little bit more right now, was making $62,000 per year annually. And while that sounds great, our cost of living is a little bit higher than a lot of other places. So that's a very normal average income, I believe, in the state of Florida. But more than what people want to know is actually how do we get paid? They see a number on their final papers, and they want to know, oh my gosh, for a $300,000 house that Matt just sold, he just made $9,000. Well, let's pump the brakes here because that's not exactly how it works. So we're going to break those down a little bit more in depth right now. So the first thing you have to understand is that if they're not a broker, or if an agent is not a broker, they must work for a broker. In turn, what that broker provides is differently depending on every brokerage. That being said, I'm going to give you a fairly standard example today. And I just mentioned it earlier. We sold a $300,000 house, and we are taking the total commission on both sides of the deal is 6%, which actually cut down to two agents. Each side, the buy side and the sell side, actually gets 3%. So that's $9,000. First off, we have to pay a broker. Let's just say, again, broker splits can be different depending on experience or how long you've been there or the level of production that you're at, which is what most of them are based at. So if you're a high producer, you probably make a little higher split than maybe somebody who just started in the business. So that being said, let's say the average is 25%. I have $9,000 in commission. All of a sudden, I am down to 6750. So 25% of my commission is now gone. I'm at 6750 for the agent is concerned. After the agent gets that, where do we go from here? There's a ton of other expenses that people forget about. Number one, the big one being taxes. We are quite simply independent contractors. We have to pay our own taxes. So there's an extra 20 to 30%, depending on the model that you use. Most of us probably lean on the lower side when we estimate. But that being said, there's taxes involved in that. So take an extra 20% from that. That puts you down to about $5,200. Then we're going to move on to all the other miscellaneous items, such as professional photos, which we pay for out of our own pocket, staging, depending on the property. If we're going to stage a higher price property, we'll pay for staging out of our own property. Not to mention NEFAR fees, which is our local membership dues. We have national membership dues on top of any kind of advertising or promotional products. Like we pay for all that stuff ourselves on top of a big one. People often forget you may get $3,000 in a paycheck and 1,500 of it stays out, but some of that goes to your retirement, your social security, all that fun stuff. We have to take all that out of it. So really what it breaks down to, not to bore you with all the details, is on this is an average real life example for the most part. After all is broken down, we're going to end up with about $3,400 to $3,500 of that for each deal. So if you're doing one of those each month, or 20 of those each year, do the math. We're all not killing it, but we are local people in your community that can help you with real estate deals and make sure that it gets done, and also be there for you if you have any other questions outside of your deal. So 6 months down the road, if you have a question, you can call one of us that's local around the corner, and we're going to give you an opportunity to have your questions answered. So I know that was a lot. I know that was quick, but that is a little bit of a peek back as to how a real estate agent actually makes money. So if you have any questions at all, my name is Matty Miller with ERA Real Estate, and thanks for watching and have a great day.